Hey guys, it's Justin. I'm back with another ROTC tactics video. This one's going to be on recon missions. So, a couple notes that I have. Plan for a recon, be prepared to make contact. However, don't get carried away with being prepared to make contact. You should still fulfill your whole time role planning for a recon. So, don't include a specific portion of your timeline for contact, especially if your mission is just recon. Okay, step 1, receive and analyze the mission. 3rd Squad will conduct an area recon of objective football in the vicinity of Echo Golf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no later than 1500 in order to gain intel on enemy forces. Expected enemy size is 1 to 3 insurgents with small arms capabilities, reinforcements and vehicles within 5 miles. MPCOA, return fire with small arms. MDCOA, call for reinforcements and IDF. Equipment available, Claymore, 60mm mortar. Step 2, issue a warno. The 5 W's are going to be who, 3rd Squad, what, recon, where, Echo Golf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, when, no later than 1500, why, in order to gather intel. Task and purpose will be the same as the previous 2 missions. I'll go over it quickly. Alpha Team, route planning, support by fire, aid and litter. Primary direction, Alpha Team leader. Primary pace, Alpha Team Joe. Alternate direction, Alpha Team Joe. Alternate pace, Alpha Team Joe. Bravo Team, assaulting element, EPW, demolition. Primary EPW, 2 Bravo Team Joes. Alternate EPW, Bravo Team Leader and Bravo Team Joe. Primary demolition, Bravo Team Leader, Bravo Team Joe. Alternate demolition, Bravo Team Joe, Bravo Team Joe. There's a reason that everyone is in that specific order, so if you didn't watch my last video, I'd recommend watching my last video because I explained it there. Leader's recon team will be Squad Leader, Alpha Team Leader, 2 Alpha Team Joes, 1 Bravo Team Joe, and then for the full recon, it'll be in the entire squad size element. So, there are a couple principles to recon, but one thing that's actually inconsistent that I've found is that sometimes when you're doing a recon mission, your grader or cadre member will expect you to recon the recon, so do a leader's recon prior to actually completing the entire recon, and then some will say, why would you recon a recon? Why not just do one big recon? So I would recommend you ask what they expect out of you in advance prior to completing the mission, because otherwise you might not do what they're expected of you. Estimated timeline as portion of the warno is going to be 1300 to 1310, receive mission, begin route planning, create and issue the warno. 1310 to 1320, begin rehearsals, map check and map rehearsal with Alpha Team Leader, begin filling out tentative plan using the shell. 1320 to 1350, movement to ORP. Once again, shift the timeline. If the longer movement is necessary, then the ORP should be around 300 to 400 meters off the objective, at a minimum. 1350 to 1415, Squad Leader or Alpha Team Leader, 2 Joes from Bravo Team go on Leader's Recon. Bravo Team Leader consolidates rucks in the ORP and begins building the TMK of Battle Drill 1 Alpha / the Cloverleaf Recon. 1415 to 1425, adjust the train model kit to squad leader's preference and brief finalized plan to team leaders. Then let team leaders brief the plan to their teams as a back brief. 1425 to 1430, rehearsals of actions on the objective. EPW, aid and litter, demolition. 1430 to 1455, conduct recon with full squad element. 1455 to 1500, reconsolidation, return to ORP for the next mission. So in this timeline, I have allotted 25 minutes for each portion of the recon. So 25 minutes for the leader's recon, and then 25 minutes for the actual full squad recon. You can adjust this if you need to combine them. That's one 50-minute recon that you have, and if you don't think that it's necessary to do certain rehearsals, then you can nix those from the plan and actually add that time to one of the recons. The reason why I still practice rehearsals is because in the case that you do take contact, if you haven't practiced rehearsals and everyone's expecting to be doing a recon mission, it's going to be really confusing doing actions on the objective because they won't necessarily remember who's EPW, they won't remember who's aid and litter, because you briefly went over it in the plan and they said, oh, I won't need to know that, we're doing a recon. So I would still recommend practicing them in the case that you do take contact. Once again, the optional portion of the warno that should be established as squad SOPs, standard operating procedures, will be the challenge and password, number password, running password, and the withdrawal plan from the movement to the actual objective itself. So once again, black is back 200 meters, gold is forward 200 meters along the mapped route. Step 3, make a tentative plan. This portion of the plan of the troop leading procedures is once again equivalent to what would be the execution paragraph of the op board. The concept of operation starts out with the different phases of the operation. I have for the phases for this operation, Phase 1, planning. Phase 2, movement to ORP. Phase 3, recon. Phase 4, movement to objective. Phase 5, full recon. Phase 6, withdrawal. Movement plan. Movement type will be squad, column, fire team, wedge. Movement to ORP step off will be 1320. The withdrawal and IDF plan, black is back 200 meters, gold is forward 200 meters. Task and purpose. Alpha, support by fire, / aid and litter. The primary aid and litter, Alpha Team Joe, Alpha Team Joe. Alternate aid and litter will be Alpha Team Leader, Alpha Team Joe. Bravo, assault, EPW, demo. Primary EPW will be, I already listed this in the war note, so I'm not going to go over it again. Once again, the leader's recon will be squad leader, Alpha Team Leader, 2 Alpha Team Joes, 1 Bravo Team Joe. And then for the full recon, you can use your whole squad element. With this, again, you want to include a sketch of the objective, and also if you're using the cloverleaf method or box method, I would indicate that within your sketch how you plan on moving around the objective and how you plan on actually getting intel from the objective. You should have a pace plan already established just in the case that you do have to run Battle Drill 1 Alpha. My pace plan is going to be for initiating contact, primary, 60mm mortar, alternate, squad leader M4, contingency, Alpha Team Leader M4, emergency, 1 whistle blow. Shift fire will be primary, radio confirmation, alternative, 2 whistles with 2 confirmations, contingency, specific visual cue, and emergency, runner. Cease lift fire will be the same thing, except the alternate will be 3 whistles with 3 whistle confirmation instead of a 2 whistle with 2 whistle confirmation. Step 4, once again, is going to be initiating necessary movement or rehearsals. So the necessary rehearsals are Alpha EPW, Bravo Aid and Litter, map rehearsal with the Alpha Team Leader, and you need to do a map rehearsal of the recon. A lot of times it's a little difficult to get the actual movement of the recon itself because you want to make sure that you're silhouetting your squad and not traveling parallel to the objective. So I would recommend using sticks and rocks and actually explaining this with moving pieces for your team leaders. Step 5 is going to be conducting the leader's recon. So I have it noted here, 5-point contingency plan, anytime you leave your element. The example leader's recon, I'll say it out one more time, squad leader, Alpha Team Leader, 2 Alpha Team members, and 1 Bravo Team member. The personnel and leader's recon is up to the squad leader's discretion, and while the squad leader is on the recon, the Bravo Team Leader has 3 jobs. They need to consolidate the rucks, start building the TMK, and start making copies of the tentative plan that the squad leader created during step 3. The squad leader on the recon needs to visualize the objective. Consider leaving an S&O team there, or surveillance and observation team, that's MET-TC dependent, and use cloverleaf technique to recon the objective. Also, for recons, you want to, and for any time you do a recon, the form that you want to use for gathering intel is going to be a salute report. Salute is an acronym that's going to be size, activity, location, uniform, time, and equipment. So you want to have all of those filled out when you actually see the enemy on the objective. Step 7 is going to be briefing the finalized plan. So the squad leader is going to brief the team leaders on the final plan. The team leaders are going to brief their teams as a form of a back brief, and then you should be good to go. For supervise and refine, you're going to move out of the ORP to the objective after confirming the ruck security plan. Break up the squad into 3 elements is what I recommend. So 1 security team of 2 people with interlocking legs at the base of the objective, and then 2 teams, 1 of 4 people, 1 of 3 people. The one with 4 people should have you in it, the squad leader, and the one of 3 people should have your Bravo team leader in it. And then you should take alternating sides in cloverleaf like this around the objective. You can choose to meet at the top or choose not to. So I've heard 100 different ways of explaining how a recon can go. It is the doctrinal way is different depending on what you consider doctrine. So the Ranger Handbook says to do it one way, the actual infantry manual or the field manual says to do it another way. So some people will say that the Ranger Handbook is doctrine, but it's not technically a field manual, so it's not technically doctrine. Once again, this is going to be up to cadre discretion is what I would say. So you can either choose to meet with the other element at the top and exchange notes of what you saw, and then depending on what you want to do, you can switch sides with the element and see if you saw what they saw, or you can stay on the same side But the general rule of thumb with a recon is that you want to see if you saw the same things as the other element. So if you recorded 3 people traveling around the right side of the objective, and the Bravo team element only recorded 2 people traveling around the left side, you can either choose to switch sides to see if it makes sense, or you can choose to stay on the same side and make sure that you actually saw what you saw. But if you're getting conflicting information at the end, always assume the most dangerous course of action when calling out the salute report. So if one element saw 4 people and the other element only saw 2 people, then assume that there are 4 people. And when you call it up to hire, you should say and report that the size of the enemy was 4 people. You do this because with the intel, you always want to assume the most dangerous course of action, because if it was only 2 people, you have a 3-to-1 advantage, and they might give you the go-ahead to actually initiate the raid. However, if they have actually 4 people, and you have a squad size of 9, you don't have a 3-to-1 advantage, and so if you didn't report that it was actually 4 people, they might send you in there, and you might not get the best result. So, always report the most dangerous course of action, and if you have time and you have conflicting information, redo the recon. So I know this video is going to be probably about half the length of the other 2 videos. I went over it a lot more quickly because there's not as much to do with a recon mission because of the lack of actions on the objective, and also it's a little bit quicker in the planning process. However, a lot of the concepts that I briefly went over with this video are going to be mentioned in more detail with the ambush and attack mission. So if you were confused about anything that I said in this video, I would highly recommend watching ambush first, then attack, then recon, and then lastly I'm going to be doing a defense mission right after this. So that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe if this video helped you out. You want to see future content, comment me your questions and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. That's all I got. Thank you guys.